Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. Today we're jumping into 10 projects for executives. Let's make your life easier using AI. Let's get into it. So let's jump into ChatGPT. Now you can use Copilot for this with their agents. You can use projects on Claude and you can use Gems. We're using ChatGPT, but you can use any of those. All of these prompts will work in all of those LLMs. What I'm proposing to do is I will go through one in detail and then I'll show you the rest, and I'll make sure that I give you all of the prompts, all of the setup, all of the documents you need in the link below. Check that out if you want to check out some of the other projects. So here in ChatGPT, you go down to this area projects. Now, this is the desktop version. It's slightly frustrating that it doesn't give you a list of every project. I've got lots of them, and it gets a bit frustrating that it doesn't do that. So deleting them can be a bit difficult, but go to projects, new project, and the first thing you do is put a title in. And we're going to call this board paper drafting. So in business, we're always drafting papers for our boards. So let's create a project that we can use over and over again, that we can refine, we can make sure it's right, and we can just bang out board papers in minutes rather than spending hours on them. You give your project a title and then you say create project. And here we are in the project. We've added nothing to it. So what we want to do is give it some instructions. So click on the title and give it, you can change the title if you want and give it some instructions. And here we go, we've got some instructions. Just open that up so you can see it. So as always, give the AI a role. You are a board secretary and strategy analyst. You follow good governance practice. Draft a board paper from my notes and attachments. So I'll be able to throw in notes or attachments. The inputs will be the topic, decision requested, background, options, financials, risks. Output I want is an executive summary, maximum 150 words, recommendations, 1 paragraph, decision required, bulleted list, background and context, options appraisal, delivery plan, risk register, appendices. That's what I need in my board papers. And of course, for your business, you just put in what you need and the structure that you want your reports to be. And then you can add files. And in here, you might add previous board papers. So the agreed format. So if you've got a format document for your board papers, drop that in there and it will produce it in the right format. You might want to put some background into your business. So if you've got a document that sets out what your business is about, you might want to put that in there. This is where you put the context to fit your board papers in. It might be your company's strategy document, it might be about your mission or vision, etc. All of that really useful to pop in here. And remember that each time you use this, it will give you the same response from the information that you put in. And that's the real key. That's what saves time. So once you're happy with it, save it, and at any time you can go and have a look at your project settings. I've uploaded a briefing about my business to help me and to help it understand the context. And basically you can then go over to projects and select your board paper drafting project, and away you go. So what I've said here is please draft a report for the board on the plan to build out our consultancy business. So what I'm proposing to do as part of the Professor-AI is to build out a bit more of my consultancy business. So I've been working with some local companies. I've been working with boards in particular to talk about the implementation of AI. So what I've done here is ask ChatGPT to create me a board paper in the format that I like about the creation of that consultancy business. So here we go. Professor AI has established a credible platform, etc. So we've got an executive summary. This paper proposes a structured build out of the consultancy arm to create predictable revenue, scalable delivery capacity, and stronger client retention. Gives a recommendation. The board is asked to approve the structured expansion of the consultancy business. Decisions required. Formal establishment of 3 consultancy pillars, introduction of tiered pricing, investment in a CRM, development of standardized proposals, etc., etc. Background and context. So talks about the business, growth drivers, current risks. We've got an options appraisal, structure, delivery plan, all by the founder. That's me. Over the next 12 months. Financial overview, investment required, and a risk register, pros and cons. I always ask for pros and cons, and some appendices that are the documents that relate to this. And then it's asked me, because I asked it, what are the likely questions from the board? What proportion of income should come from the consultancy versus digital products? How founder dependent is delivery? So how dependent is it on me? What's the break-even point? What differentiates this from larger consultancies? So helps me to prepare for the board meeting with my board to say, this is why I want to do it. And here's some questions that might help me prepare for that meeting, getting some evidence, pipeline data, competitor benchmarking, etc. Overall assessment, proposal is viable. So there you go. Got an idea, want to take it to the board. I've been able to produce a sensible board paper in a few minutes. How useful is that for your business? And how long did it take me to set it up? Not long at all. This is the power of this technology. And remember, it is delivering these products in a way that suit me, my business, not general, that suit my business. That's the power of using projects in things like ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude. Okay, just to show you that this isn't just for ChatGPT, I have created a project in Claude, and basically you just go over here to projects, create a new project, and you can, it's pretty much the same. And this is one which is an executive daily briefing. Now I've connected my Gmail and my tasks and my Google Drive to this. So the instructions are here. Let's have a look. Here's my instructions. All these will be down below. And basically, I can then go in and say, give me today's briefing. So for today, basically, give me today's briefing. It gathered information. It asks me a series of questions, and it did it in quite a cool way. Rather than just giving me a list of questions, it actually gave me some choices to make, which was very cool. I've not seen it before. And yeah, it made it really easy. And then it gave me the brief for today. So it'd been through my emails, got my meetings, decided my priority plan, what I need to do. Make this video is one of them. Looked at my risks. So it asked me some questions about risks and looked at my risks. It then gave me the comms that I should send out today. Very, very cool. I can run that every day. Every day it will look at my diary, it will look at my to-do list, it will look at my emails. It will ask me some questions, and then it will give me a brief for the day. That will set me up. So projects in Claude work really well. Let's move on. So project number 3, decision option generator. So this time I'm using Gemini, and we're going to go through to gems, add a new gem. Decision options generator gives me decision options. And then once again, you put in your instructions. You can decide what tool you want to use. So you could use deep research if you wanted. You could create videos, create images, use Canvas or guided learning. I'm going to put no default tool. Add any knowledge in that you want about your business, etc. That's it. Go into the chat. And I put in here, should I generate consultancy work or drive the YouTube business? And what I'm hoping for is a whole series of different options. Looks at the decision options, the cash cow, 100% consultancy, media first, the flywheel, use YouTube to generate the clients, try and find some whales that want to work with me, found a brand, delegated content, etc. And it gives me a recommendation, some key assumptions, 10 questions to help me. Really useful. If you've got a decision, bang it in, go through this process with the AI to just work through, is it a good decision? Are there some different options? Should I consider something differently? Those sorts of things. Really, really useful. So you've seen three different LLMs. All of them are interchangeable. Let's crack on. Now we're going to go through them super fast. So this is a meeting preparation and briefing pack. So I've got a meeting with the AI training lead for the West Midlands Combined Authority. It knows about my business. I've asked it to give me a clear brief. So here we go. Tells me who I am, who I'm meeting, context, driving regional productivity, digital inclusion, 60-second brief, what this is really about, scalable AI upskilling for SMEs and public sector leaders, executive level training, it's my offer, objectives, positioning, establish myself as practical solution to their problem, pilot an opportunity, find a funding mechanism to get me doing some work, some proposed agenda, my structured offer, likely priorities, so be ready, productivity and growth, SME competitiveness, digital inclusion, responsible AI deployment, measurable economic impact. That's exactly what they'll be bothered about. Some suggested metrics, risk sensitivities, questions I should ask, strategic framing. So I'm about to go into a meeting. I've got my project there. I can bang this in and get a briefing while I'm on the train going to Birmingham to talk to these people. Really, really useful. You can use it time and time again. It will remember the information. This one's in ChatGPT. Let's move on. Okay, this one is about testing strategy. So I've got it's called a strategy stress test. And what I'm going to do, I have put in some instructions, what to do, your skeptical strategy reviewer. It's got a file that talks about my business, and I put in, I'm planning to go big on consultancy for the business, and I hope this will make my fortune. So let's see what this, we're back in Claude this time. If you haven't seen my video about Claude and how cool I think it is, then check it out here. But back in Claude, and here we go. Here we've got some analysis. The Professor AI Consultancy Pivot, strategy summary, target outcomes. It's asking me some questions. Preliminary red flags, 3 immediate concerns. Productization paradox. How do I? So consultancy is high margin, but is it scalable? Because it relies on me. Personal brand ceiling. How much work can I do? I've got 168 hours a week. Feels like I use those. 2K a day, generous UK consultancy rate, 200 billable days a year. So it's asked me for some more strategy details. So specifically around this particular strategy. So how much I'll charge, my customers, etc. Add all of that in, and then go through this project to really challenge the strategy. Very useful. Let's move on. Okay, executive project number 6. Let's go into projects, and this is the policy and governance checker. So I, again, give it instructions. They'll all be down below. I'm going to a file about my business, and what I'm going to do this time is drag over a document I have prepared about the usage of AI in my business. And say, please review this. And of course, for your business, you set your own AI governance framework. You decide on your own ethical positioning and setting. and then it will put all of that in and it will review it against those. There we go. There's a summary. So policy governs how Professor AI, staff, contractors and partners use AI tools. Gaps, no training requirements, it's vague, missing approval workflow. So there's a lot missing from my document. Roles and responsibilities checks. No deputy, need to recruit somebody. Not assigned a whole load of jobs. So it's gone through and it's reviewed my draft policy, which was a bit weak. You can set this up. All of the information you need will be in the link below. Just go and get it, put it in for your business, add in your own views, your own ethical framing for your policy, and then you can check your policies against this. Easy as pie. Let's move on. Okay, this next project is a crisis response simulator. So we all work in areas where we can be affected by crisis. Just think back to COVID. And this is about testing yourself as a leader, but perhaps testing your team. So I've created this simulator. As always, everything will be down in the link below, so you can recreate this, change it for your business. Let's have a look. So I've put in a crisis. So the professor is sick, woe is me, and has a number of appointments, etc. Let's see what we get. So here we go. The incident, I'm ill, almost never happens, and active crisis requiring immediate operational continuity decisions, multiple stakeholder commitments, impact, first 60 minutes of action, secure immediate medical privacy. So confirming my condition without disclosing the details, access control audit, verify who has access to emails, CRM, calendar, YouTube payment system, etc. Commitment inventory, extract the next. So it's telling me what to do through this crisis. Client priority triage, internal notifications, draft holding communications, legal insurance checks, create a communication plan, external clients. Let's hope this doesn't happen. Holding statement. So it's drafted a holding statement. So what it's done is said, okay, this is the crisis. This is how you might go about it. And this is a really useful way of testing your procedures. Have you got this in place? Could you send out that message? Does somebody else have access to the inbox, to all the messages, etc.? Really, really helpful. Tough questions. How long will Paul be unavailable? Some suggested answers. Who's covering his consultancy work? We're evaluating each engagement individually. Will our workshops go ahead as planned? We're assessing all scheduled training. So giving us an idea of how we might respond to some of those difficult things. Okay, really useful. Let's move on. This one is my market scan and signal tracker. So again, I put my business details in here. This is really about going and getting some market intelligence analysis, and basically just put in what you want the analysis about. So I want some market intelligence about AI apprentices in the West Midlands. And of course, you set this up, you tell it what you want, you tell it how to do its job, and you'll get it back quickly. This is in Claude. So it says I can put some links, headlines, etc., sector context, prepare a brief, what you sell, target, strategic context, next steps, signal summary, paste your links, headlines, and notes. So if there's some news articles or things like that, pop that in and it will give you even more detail. Set this up, I'll give you all the prompts, and then you can use it for your business, especially where you've got a sort of fast moving bit of activity going on. Let's move on. Okay, project number 9. I find this really useful. End of week reflection. So this goes off, checks my emails, checks my diary, checks my task list, etc. And we'll go, it's going off doing that, looking at what I've done this week, what I've responded to, what activity I've undertaken, and just gives me a note that says, this is what you've done. It means I can finish the week feeling positive. If I had some wins, some misses, decisions made, etc., I could have put those in as well, and it would have given me, it will give me my summary. See if I've got those. So made some weekly notes through Notion activity, and see what we get. There we go. Weekly reflections, 7th to the 13th. Emails that I've done, email communications, what moved the needle, what wasted time, top lessons, next week's priorities. Really, really useful. Okay, final one now, and a bit of fun. Okay, so this is a bit cool. You can, it's called Flipchart Creator, and use it for a bit of marketing. You can put a document in, you put create images on and go, and it will take that document and make it into the kind of thing you can put on LinkedIn. It draws the eye, gets people interested in it. They create the image, so it does an assessment, and then it will go into Nano Banana. So this is my AI business briefing, and there we go. There's my strategy. And so if you've got a document, you want to put it on LinkedIn, this is a good way to draw the eye. So I'm going to give you this, and I'm also going to give you you get an 11 here. Let's have a look. I'm going to give you the flip chart, and I'm going to give you the whiteboard creator as well. So this was a creation that I made. Basically, I put my blog in about AI and the creative industries. So it's a blog on my website, and I put it into this. This creates a whiteboard. As you can see, it looks like it's sort of handwritten. There are smudges and lights on it, etc. Really powerful way of drawing the eye. You'll have seen them on LinkedIn. You'll have seen them on Facebook, etc. I'm going to give you the prompts so that you can put them in your own. This one uses Nano Banana, which I think probably does it best, but you'll be able to do it in ChatGPT as well, using the image generator in ChatGPT. Claude, still a bit behind, so it won't work, probably won't work in Claude in terms of its image generation. But there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've found something there that you can deploy next week in your business that'll make your life a bit easier. That's what this technology should be all about. Getting you spending more time on the things that really matter, like meeting, talking to clients, generating strategies, etc. These tools should be helping you do that. I'll give you everything you need will be in the pack down below. So just go and download it and have a play yourself. You can cut and paste them into your own projects, and then you'll be good to go. If you've learned something, if you've found something useful, please give me a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me. If you like my videos, even better, if you comment on my videos, it helps get them out. More people can see them. So drop down below what you'd like me to do next. What projects would make a big difference to your business? All right, I've been the Professor. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.